to you. This is the voice that needs no introduction, but for the benefit of those of you listening for the very first time, I like it when you call me Lady Cool, or the folks around call me the coolest baby. And of course, I'm going to be here with you up until later this afternoon. Let's now bring you your tough provoking show 50-50 right here on this dot.
Good morning, Monrovia. Good morning, Habel. Good morning, Field. Good morning, Sport. Good morning, Tuduta. Good morning, Salala. Good morning, Macaque City. Good morning, Totmanburg. Good morning, Clay. Good morning, Waterside. Good morning, Riverside. Good morning, Bapulu. Good morning, Buchanan. Good morning, Lac. Good morning, Cowell. Good morning, Brewerville, Virginia, and Camp David. My river edge, this is 50-50 on a Wednesday morning on Sky, 107.1 FM with this topic. With the Liberty Party ever survive his eternal rankling and fighting between the national chair of the party, Honorable Musa Hassan Bility, and the political leader, Nyomblee Karnga-Lawrence, and the mass suspension of members of the party that are delinquent in their due payments. What is the way forward? We've invited the Secretary General of the party, Martin Kulah. He hasn't appeared, but we're still waiting for him. My co-host is Matthias Labendi. The Liberty Party is engulfed with complex political problems coming from the very core of the party. Will they ever survive that? Will the members that were suspended be brought back because of their delinquency in their due payment? My name is Steve Max. Of course, I'm the grandson of my grandfather. And 50-50, you just can be the experience. By 11 o'clock, things will be open so that you can participate by using those numbers in 0777 107. You'll be live from 50-50 on Sky 107. We'll be back right after the theme song.
Hey, Christmas Naka. Hey, Christmas Naka. Hey, Christmas Naka.
What think I said I got the LSO?
La orange again, oh. Le pour mon premier sico, voilà, allez, ici. Et que fêter on tient Christmas, man.
I want that one on point. I hope my Christmas get through, yeah.
Never know what good thing to expect of Orange. Get a different surprise each day for only $1. Dial *555# to find your surprise of the day. Gifts include international calls, data, and voice bundles. No network does it quite like Orange.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
We are getting a supermarket, eh? Then we are all the things in my basket. Then people will think something wrong with me.
Already, I think it will do a rap and take it for me because I have very good. Since my son will give winning the car, they will have to win the horse. I wish to be my horse in orange M.
Yana Iseo. La une relative your year. They are feeling the body everything. You're alright, yeah. Then I want your one family in that draw. In my family, give me to buy happy. We get you our money.
Zaga Christmas is back, bigger and better than ever before. Lots of cash prizes, electronic appliances, kekes, cars, and a whole house. Download and conduct a transaction with Orange Money app to win up to 10,625,000 Liberian dollars. 7 winners weekly. Dial *144# to transact and stand a chance to win. Send money, cash out, pay bills, buy goods and services, receive funds from abroad, B2W, or buy bundles. The more you transact, the higher your chances. On your marks, get set, ready, go! Self-activation only.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
Hey, yo. What's up back home in LIV, man?
T-Brush, that you? Hey, good to hear from you, man. I'm surprised because most of you can't call your friend when you go to America.
Come on, man. I told you I'll make the difference, girl. By the way, I need to send you some cash, but heard that the banks are closed today in LIV.
You sleepy? That bro come to another level. You can see the script on my phone.
Receive money from your family and friends in the US directly into your Orange Money wallet. Yes, you heard me right. Tell your loved ones to download the BNB or Small World money transfer apps or visit their websites to begin transferring. Visit www.orange.com.lr for more information. Free for sender until 30th November.
Brings you closer to what matters.
After being in the business for more than 20 years, Uptown Garage has all it takes to make your car work best for you. Uptown Garage has brought in all sizes of new quality tires. We also have the efficient and long-lasting Uptown batteries. Uptown Garage has also brought in a state-of-the-art 2022 upgraded diagnostic machine that can easily detect any problem with your car. Don't worry, we can fix it for you. Is your car having any electrical problem? Well, Uptown Garage has a professional electrician from Ghana who is up to the task of programming and solving all of your car electrical problems. Uptown Garage is at the intersection of Broad and Nelson Streets with the Uptown Spare Parts Store on Broad Street side. We have our garage and new showroom at Rehab at the junction of President Weah's residence. For original spark plugs from Japan, oil filters, engine oil, and everything you need to get your car working perfectly, come to Uptown Garage. We give 1 month warranty. We also provide a tow truck free of charge if we are the ones to work on your car. But we can also tow your car anywhere for a fee. Contact Uptown Garage Head Office on 0777 553317 or 0886 553317 or our rehab branch on 0770 902865. Uptown Garage, your 100% Liberian owned, is here to put a smile on your face.
And guess who's doing it? It's Boma Farm Store Bar and Restaurant, located opposite Orange Liberia head office on Capitol Bypass. Your one-stop place to buy well-packaged Liberian food items and enjoy delicious African and Western dishes every day. Established on the concept of growing what we eat, Boma Farms works with other Liberian farmers and vendors and sells their well-packaged Liberian produce like vegetables, cassava, sweet potatoes, dry fish, Liberian honey, spices, and many more. All 100% hygienic from farm to table. And there's a special discount for students and employees with IDs from Stella Maris University, University of Liberia, Health Ministry, Orange Liberia, AMEU, AME Zion University, LMP and Police Barracks, and Techno House Homeline. What are you waiting for? Come to Boma Farm Store, Bar and Restaurant to purchase your Liberian food items and enjoy delicious African and Western dishes Monday to Saturday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Breakfast is also served. Try our well-processed, locally made smoothies, palm wine, and king juice. You will love it. Put in your order and we'll deliver on your request. Call 0770-504-9401, 0555-565-432, or visit Restaurant located opposite Orange Liberia head office on Capitol Bypass, Monrovia. Boma Farm Store, Bar and Restaurant. Feel proud to be a Liberian.
Thank you very much. Bicon 5050 on Sky 107 of the Liberty Party. He has now shown up here. He agreed to come and give us more light into the fracas and saga of the Liberty party. A lot of people were suspended, including the political leader of the party. And so we've called him, we've discussed the topic that we wanted him to address, and the topic is, will the Liberty Party ever survive its eternal rankling, a fight between the national chair, Honorable Musa Hassan Bility, and the political leader, Nyomblee Karnga-Lawrence, and the mass suspension of officials, including the former deputy speaker of the Honorable House of Representatives and the sitting senator of Lofa County, Steve Ziegler. He's not here yet, but let me tell you, we want to give you the banner headlines of the front and back pages. We got 5 newspapers here today: the New Dawn newspaper, the Heritage, the Analyst, the usual the usual Inquirer, and the front page. So let me go ahead with them and give you exactly what is trending in the papers today. Musa Bility flexes, Monso suspends Nyomblee, Zako, and others. Grips edition, we are an ultimatum. That's the front page story of the New Dawn. Let's go back to the back of the New Dawn. Paper says today, ArcelorMittal MDA sign gains more support. We move over to the Heritage newspaper that says LP saga swells as Nyomblee, Delon, Zako, others suspended. You see the photographs. The ones I can identify: Nyomblee, Gonglo, where we have Steve Zako, we have Hassan Bility. Nyomblee photo is something interesting. She's looking in the sky, laughing.
Laughing.
These guys are not serious.
Comical, maybe.
Yeah, man. She's laughing on picture. The page that come on, you're wasting your time. I cannot be suspended. This picture is here. VC, I'm told this picture is here. Knock bounce, my friend and brother, knock bounce. Also, Senator Kapi is photo is here as well. Nyomblee picture is the most interesting on this. She's looking in the sky, laughing with her glasses on. The back page of the Heritage newspaper said, as he ends special tour in Guinea, Foreign Minister Kimeya meets President Madabio of Sierra Leone. Government launches national adoption plan today. The photo of Professor Wesin Tape. Official works ministry resume work on all roads set aside for the dry season. Oilers meet Barrow in the rescheduled match on Friday. Which one they call the Oilers? Which one they call the Barrow? These are dead teams. They don't exist anymore. Let's move on to the Analyst newspaper. Said Councillor Sifos appointed chair of ABA Advisory Council in recognition of its outstanding legal prowess. Liberty Party, that's the biggest story now. Liberty Party suspends Nyomblee, Delon, Zako, and others for defaulting due payment administrative reasons. The back page of the Analyst newspaper said LP political leader reacts to suspension, says Bility's action is null and void. Who runs the party? That's the big question. Let's move on to the Inquirer newspaper banner headlines. Front page says, quote, temporary closure order stalls normal works at NPA, but Mary Broad CEB team risk contempt charge. Journalist Pilele leads census awareness in Nimba County. The photo of Jonathan Pilele. Let's move on to the back page of that. Say Liberian appointed as Deputy Special Representative of the United Nations Mission in Sudan. A photo is Sarah Beslo Nyanti. It's a Liberian. Matter of fact, she's a Baptist preacher as well. Government launches national adoption plan on climate. The same photo of Professor Wesin Tape. Let's move on to our last paper, the front page newspaper, diplomatic rape scandal. Why has the Ministry of Foreign Affairs failed to act sternly on report of rape at its Abuja embassy? Shading a crime. Nyomblee suspended as political leader for failure to settle party dues for 1 year, risks losing her post if due had not pay in 90 days. The photo, this one she's now smiling, the one she's deadly serious. The other one says that court official caught in fake divorce deal. Um, that's the story. Charles Taylor's son Chucky speaks from prison, reveals deep differences with his father. The people say my civil rights have been violated. The other thing I want to share, quote, the other thing I want to share with the rest of the world, and many will be shocked to know, is that my father never supported me, never sent, never sent one red dime here because of the differences that we had. Those differences are deep. I believe that he failed me and others. Those who truly believe in him, I was young and I truly regretted ever supporting my father clearly. Roy M. Belfast Jr. also knew. Oh, Roy M. Belfast Jr. That's his name now. Also known as Charles MacArthur Chucky Emmanuel. General Broad snubs House of Representatives invitation leads group of women in telling the lawmakers to clean up their building. And she said, this building is stink. You need to clean it up. It says in our core, as the House of Representatives anticipated our appearance having been cited, the controversial Director General of the General Services Agency, Mary Broad, led a group of predominantly women dressed in traditional attires and carrying brooms to the entrance of the Capitol building, chanting and gesturing that the building was filthy and the lawmakers ought to clean it. Mary Broad. The back page of that say ban for a year. Ban for a year. Those are the papers we have for today. La Bendy, let's move up to the trending story, for which we invited the Secretary General who has not appeared yet about the deep disagreement in Liberty Party. This whole CPP foundation is wrecked, is cracked with confusion. What is the make of that?
Well, a lot of things are coming out from the Liberty Party, and every time I talk about one of the constituent parties of the CPP, I always align the problems from one party to the entire CPP. There's no way that the CPP should ignore that. The Liberty Party of late, I don't know whether it's in the CPP to support it to victory, or it should just stay away a little bit and settle its internal wrangling, because it's actually spilling so much, sting on the CPP generally, right? Now, but again, this particular action, I've just read a statement signed by the Secretary General of the Liberty Party. In the statement, the Secretary General mentioned two names only, executive members, National Executive Committee members, Mr. Daniel Sando and Mr. Darius DeLong, Senator Darius DeLong. But the newspaper is reporting that 16 persons. Well, I don't know for some reason whether the Secretary General, could not, expand the statement to include all of the 16 persons
let me
in the
what the people
statement
say
to explain why they were all suspended.
And this is coming from the New Dawn newspaper that says, and let me read, at least 16 party officials of the Liberty Party, including the political leader, Nyomblee Karnga-Lawrence, Senator Darius DeLong, Steve Zago, have been suspended from the party for defaulting on the due payments. The story continues that Liberty Party's constitution in Article 9 states, persons accepted as members of the party shall pay the monthly due as may from time to time be set by the NEC, the National Executive Committee members in good standing are members whose membership dues are fully current and up to date. Members who are not in good standing shall not be allowed to hold any office. And it continues that according to the letter, the National Executive Committee met on November 20th, 2021 in Ganta, Nimba County, where it deliberated on the National Treasurer's report and approved invoking Article 9 for official not in good standing by sending them a reminder letter about status of their financial records. It states, and I quote, on November 22, 2021, the letter was sent to you, meaning the political leader, indicating the balance owed on your account as United States dollar $1,500 per month. This represents a total of the United States $18,000 for the period January to December 2021. The letter went on. So they listed their names, those that were suspended. If you want me to read their names so that you have an understanding of what it is, Representative, as the rest included Representative Jonathan Kapi, Hans Bachu, who was the former Deputy Speaker, Mr. Prince Toll, Vice Chair for Mobilization, Mr. Augustine Fredericks, Vice Chair for Eternal Party and NEC Affairs, Mrs. Ide Gonglo Ware, eminent partisans, Deba Allen, National Advisory Committee Chair, National Advisory Committee Representative to NEC, Mr. Jacob Smith, National Advisory Committee member, and Mr. Nat Barnes, NAC member, among other senior county officials of the party. That's what it is. So those are the 16% that were suspended.
Okay, so the statement did not mention all of the names. That's one point I have to raise about that. Why the Secretary General did not include all of the names in the press statement, since the statement was going to the public, informing the public that some people have been suspended from the party. That's one. Another thing is, something came up before this particular suspension news that we're talking about today. There's this report that Mr. Musa Bility, Martin Kulah, accepted, acknowledged, or in other words, agreed, and say that we temper with the constitution of the Liberty Party in a joint resolution, Farmington resolution, right before me here. So the tempering of the constitution, which became earlier on a major issue in the Liberty Party that was discussed, and many people used a lot of remarks against the political leader that she read a document, or she signed onto a document that she did not read. Now, Mr. Musa Bility and his Secretary General, the Secretary General of the Liberty Party, by the way, have affixed their signatures to a resolution accepting that, yes, some tempering was done. But it's not indicated in the resolution definitively that, yes, we did it. Who temper with the Constitution? That's one of the biggest news that we should have been talking about. For some reason, Mr. Dillon did not run with it. For some reason, Nyomblee Karnga-Lawrence did not run with it. Maybe their party discipline, they've decided to keep quiet and maintain the sanctity of the party. They kept it. In less than...
Are you insinuating that this mass suspension is in response?
Well, let's look at it. We're just doing analysis here, right? While we're talking about this, the public did not get a full explanation of what Mr. Musa Bility affixed his signature to. I have the document right here. He affixed a signature to this resolution. And the resolution talking about, there are some things we need to change in the Constitution. We should delete this, we should delete that. The submission of this Constitution was not properly done, and therefore we should withdraw it and make the changes. Mr. Musa Bility sign onto it. We should be talking about this. Now, waking up one morning to see that about 16 persons have been suspended from the party for 6 months for failure to pay their dues. And this information came right to the public. In the statement, Mr. Martin Kulah indicated that these people do not even respect internal conflict resolution mechanism, right? They do not respect, those things. Well, we've heard that about Mr. Dillon some time ago from some concerned partisans of the Liberty Party. I don't know whether he has done the same thing. But to say that Nyomblee Karnga-Lawrence, one of the founding members, or maybe a daha of the party, cannot pay dues. It's just at least everyone to sit down.
It is just unbelievable.
And concentrate. But I've listened to
why this photo of Nyomblee as depicted on the front page of the Heritage speaks volumes. This is a picture.
You're talking about a photo. Let me tell you what I heard yesterday. Right? So I was watching Spoon TV. The guys had gone to the Capitol building to do their usual coverage. So they were just setting up and the senators were, the budget discussion is ongoing now, right? So the senators were preparing themselves. And so I heard Madam Nyomblee Karnga-Lawrence unofficially, right, saying, well, the people say they suspended me. And Senator Mayton TJ asked,
the mic was on.
The mic was on. The camera was on. I listened to it briefly.
That was not an official interview.
Unofficial. It was not an interview. They were just having a conversation, right? And then I heard her say, well, the people say they suspended Musa said he suspended me from the party, Musa group. Then Senator Mayton TJ said, what am I hearing in your party? They said, yeah, Musa said he suspended me. And you know Milton Churchill, how he is with words and expressions and things. He said, "This is the most political insanity I've ever heard in my life." In my life. All right, so they laugh with it. Till now, I think Madam Nyomblee Karnga-Lawrence is still not taking this thing very seriously. But here are some of the things she has said. I listened to her on OK News this morning. Well, she's making some points. But again, if we look at it, she's, in other words, saying, yes, I have not paid the dues, but I have done XYZ for the party. Madam, that does not suffice. T-Max, you are to pay workers here, right? At the end of the month. It's your duty to pay workers.
That's my biggest headache.
Right. Okay. So if you came in a building and gave Matthias $50, my man, go buy something.
Go for lunch.
Go for lunch.
That's not.
And every time you come to where you give me 20, you give me 30.
It baffles me.
And so it doesn't mean that I've taken pay, but Timmy let my thought, right? She said she has deposited in support of the running of the party. She has deposited several thousands of dollars in the party's account. All right. But she did not speak clearly on the due payment issue, whether she has paid dues or so. But our point is, all of the things I've done for the party, don't you think they are more than the dues? In other words, Matthias is being informed that yes, they are right, that I have not paid my dues, but I've done more than what the dues,
but that's not the issue.
That's not the issue. The issue
is
we're talking about dues.
Yet I am surprised. If and I don't think the party will tell or lie, because the report that shows delinquencies of the members that were suspended came from the Treasury Department, the Treasurer Office of the Liberty Party. And if I'm not saying Nyomblee is a millionaire or billionaire, but for Nyomblee, $1,500 monthly due will not be anything that will head in Nyomblee. Thank God the Secretary General has just arrived. For Nyomblee to have been listed on in the report, the political leader of the party is delinquent. Darius DeLon raised a lot of money during the elections, and one would have thought it would be somebody who is the light, who keeps shining the light on legal things, will be in delinquency for such a thing. Thank God that the Secretary General is already seated here, and we are happy to have him in our studio. Good morning, my friend, my brother.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, T-Max.
But you came late, which is quite unusual.
Yes. I was at the station across around the Bourgeois Island, so I have to.
D15?
No.
Why did you go to D15?
No, Big
D15
FM
is supposed to be your radio station.
Of course, I mean, Big FM. No. I mean, I was invited by Big FM.
Is it because it concerns Nyomblee and Nyomblee runs the station?
No. I mean, Senator Karnga and I have none of such between us. She's a political leader. I'm the Secretary General. We have. I mean, I respect her, and so there's nothing of such anything personal. So I listened to your colleague here who were doing some analysis. The first thing, the information he was providing, they are not factual. For him to say that I fixed my signature to the Farmington agreement is not true. And I wasn't even a part of the Farmington gathering. I mean, I personally say that gathering was was crowded with a lot of insincerity. So I knew that the outcome wouldn't have been successful. And because I saw that those on the other side who were going over there was trying to establish some points, it was out of insincerity. So I did not go there. But as an institutional person, I have to subscribe to whatever decision that came from there, especially now that is being, approved and endorsed or to be taken to the Special National Convention. I mean, that makes me an institutional person.
Okay.
And then also additionally, he said that they were released and only included Daniel and Darius name in it. That is not true. Also, I have done no such release for this particular situation. But again, I can understand a lot of people come to these issues with different background and different sentiments. So some of us.
Well, let me just share the release, sir.
Yeah,
I don't think I have any fish to fry in your Liberty Party
issues. I'm not accusing you personally. I'm only saying a lot of the other people.
Probably the release here is doctored or someone signed onto something else. But let me show you this. But while you're talking that, sir, the resolution from Farmington, you say you couldn't go there because it was marred by insincerity and all of that. So
Correct.
the outcome from there, you are obeying the outcome. What does that suggest? That Musa Bility misinformed the public yesterday that
So it suggests that I'm a democratic person. It suggests that I'm different from those on the other side who think that it should be so say one, so say all. So let me tell you, first of all, the information concerning the whole Farmington,
is this a release? Can you take a look at that?
And the information concerning the whole, I mean, is it about due payment? First of all, you get to read the release. Read it's what it's about. But let me say this. The whole thing about Farmington, it did not achieve its objective because the purpose for which Senator Kanga caused that gathering was found to be false, misleading. The information was found to be driven from the belly of the devil, which was not good and healthy for our party. For example, there was 2 issues that took the party or representation of the party to our Farmington. One of those issues was that the filing process at NEC, Senator Kanga alleges she was speaking repeatedly at the NEC that Chairman Bility and I filed the Constitution inappropriately at NEC. She was alleging that she positioned herself as the chairperson of NEC now, and now complaining that we filed inappropriately. That was one of the issues that took us to Farmington. The second issue that took us to Farmington, because she said Senator Dillon made a motion to restore all of her power in Banga. When they went to Farmington on those 2 issues, guess what happened? The body in Farmington found out that at no point in time Senator Dillon made any of such motion to restore the power and authority of the political leader. The body in Farmington, there's no record that I show on those 2 issues. And that's where the issue of alteration came about. On those 2 issues, and when we went to our NEC also, Senator Kanga and the chairperson of the National Advisory Council, Deborah Ading, asked NEC over 10 times as to whether the Secretary General and the chairman filed in appropriately our NEC. NEC response through its legal officer was that yes, the filing process of the documentation, including the Constitution of the Liberty Party, was done appropriately in line with our law.
Let me leave that.
So after those 2 things were all clarified, guess what happened? Farmington also discovered some other things. The other issues that Farmington discovers, which was nothing about alteration, was what was brought into the Farmington agreement. For example, the Banga sitting took away executive council sitting. But in the Constitution, either inadvertently or somehow, the word executive council remain in some part of the Constitution. So the Farmington agreement say, let's correct some of those errors. The Farmington agreement also said, when we leave from here, nobody should take us to the wide public. I heard your host here saying that Senator Kanga and Darrell Dido, they have been keeping things all the way public. As a matter of fact, it is Senator Kanga that have brought all Liberty Party issue in the way public. Senator Kanga, Timas, you have followed Liberty Party. Your co-host has followed Liberty Party. When last did you see Councillor Brodsky writing dozens of press releases to the world public and signing it as a political leader? This is the first time in our party history. Who is bringing the party to public disrespect? It's the political leader. For today, for somebody to be giving another, this is why I concluded that maybe his analysis is not balanced to some extent to include our side. Maybe if he looked to our side and listened to us, he would know.
You would have seen a balance.
That's why because for him to say that Senator Dillon and Senator Kanga is maturely, out of maturity handling this situation, it's so wrong.
I'm talking about the Farmington resolution. So
as a matter of fact, immediately when we left, this is why I say it was out of insincerity. Immediately when we left from our Farmington, who was the first person to go on the radio to go talk about the Farmington agreement? It was a staffer from Senator Kanga's office, Daniel Sano. He was all on the radio. And those who support Senator Kanga, they were all on the radio talking about the Farmington, even not understanding that the issue was alteration was what done with. And they went about misinforming the white public. We have to come back to inform the white public. So when we come back to inform the white public, and then get issue. And remember now, we did this suspension without bringing it to the white public. We never sent out this information. We communicated to individuals. We communicated to the chairperson of the CPP because we had instant before doing the transition process that the Unity Party stand-up bearer, Ambassador Boyka, and the Unity Party deal with an individual in our party rather than the party as an institution. So we took this major decision and communicated to Ambassador Boyka. Nobody sent information to the press.
Are you of the suspicion that they leaked it out?
Of course, they leaked it out because Senator Kanga fans pleasure in Liberty Party issue going in the press.
Okay, let me get to the basis for which you have been respectfully and invited. I want to give you scenarios. Don't agree with me now. I won't be surprised if you don't agree with me. Tit for tat when we're in Looking Town, in Grandsters, we never spoke English, so there was nothing called phraseology with tit for tat. But in Looking Town, where we used to play mambo, it's tit for tat. If you do me, I'll do you. If one were to look at this chronologically, Liberty Party was dragged to Farmington on the accusation of the leadership of the party doing something that was not appropriate. Farmington find that out to be erroneous. That was not true. Then Farmington made it square. They don't didn't make any motion in Banga.
Correct.
This thing didn't go on there. We didn't illegally file at NEC. So that was resolved. Is this suspension in consequence or retaliation, if you will, in the reputation of character assassination that took place? Did you suspend them based on what they did for Tit and Tat?
Timas, not at all. People are blowing this issue out of proportion. Not at all. No, listen, I have no personal issue. Most of the people suspended.
What are you invoking? What are you invoking? What are you invoking? The due payment, making it an issue. 16 of your membership is gone.
Because that is the law. You see, and people making it to appear that we suspended executive committee members. No, we suspended people in leadership. There are some of these people, they are members of our legislative caucus. Some of the people, they are members of the National Advisory Council. Some of them, they are members of the National Executive Committee. Some of them, they are members of the county leadership who are obligated to pay due. Look, Timas, all over the world, people who run institutions.
I agree.
But so my thing is, people are blowing this thing out of proportion. Our laws require that as an official, you have additional certain privileges that the ordinary member don't have. So as an official, you are on an obligation to pay your due, not to make contribution, to pay your due to the party. So when you pay that due, it frees you of Article 9. If you refuse to pay that due, then Article 9 say we should suspend you for your position.
What are you invoking? What are you invoking Article 9?
Because we must be respectful of the law. Tima, we should have no time limit to obey the law, except we suspend the law. In this case, we have not suspended the law. Tima, we are government in waiting. We should behave responsible and a respecter of the law right now. Because if we don't do it, we are telling Liberian people, just as it is with the current government, when you give us the governance of this country, we will not respect the law. I don't know why people find this thing difficult. There is now a death sentence. When we are saying, once you pay your due or you make some effort to pay the due, automatically the executive committee restores you. It's automatic. It's not a death sentence. That's why the Constitution gave you nothing. And Tima, let me inform you and our listeners. This provision was not kept into the Constitution as a result of the Banga Special National Convention. It was inherited from the 2005 Constitution by Councillor Bronsky in the 2015 Constitution that was amended to the 2021 Constitution. We directly transitioned and inherited the provision from this Constitution. So it is not our making. This is something that exists before we begin, the stewardship of the party. Senator Steve Zago was chairman when the decision was made for people to pay this money in different categories. For example, political leader pay 1,005. It was under the political leadership of Senator Nyomblee Karnga-Lawrence and the chairmanship of Senator Steve Zaku and the secretary generalship of Jacob Smith. Not I was not secretary general. Musa wasn't chairman. They made a decision. They say executive committee member pay $50. Members of the legislative caucus pay $500. Today, all of our caucus are owing $6,000 each, and it's supposed to pay. I mean, how do you think? People think that, because Martin and Tim are friendly, so when the executive committee take decision, so Martin should not implement the decision. I have two options, Tim. I am there to communicate the executive committee decision. So I either communicate or I resign. I'm not ready to resign. I'm communicating decisions of the executive committee. This is not a Musa decision. This is no one
let
man.
me move forward. Your constitution, as defined in Article 9 of the Liberty Party Constitution, states, among other things, that an official, county official, or executive committee member who is in
any officer of the
party, if you are in delinquent, you don't pay, you are notified, which you did.
Correct.
And you are given the time to reach a settlement of that.
Correct.
They say you're not letter. For you did 2 or 3 letters. And it says that
3 letters to the political leader in
3
particular.
letters into political. And it says that in 3 months, if these obligations to the party are not met, that guy loses to hold the present position that he has and doesn't have the power to participate in any deliberation. You go into Ganta, and one would suspect, as clever as you are and smart as Musa is, to deal with the enemy within the gates is to evoke the all-powerfulness.
No, they are not.
All-powerfulness.
No.
In Article 9.
No, let me be
that
clear.
they Nyomblee owe 1 year. DeLong owe some money. Steve Gazago, you're going to make a serious decision in Ganta starting from the 16th to the 20th. If these guys are not in good standing, they got no part to participate in deliberation. And they were smart and clever on your part.
Let me say this, Tim. I always like to say this before we proceed.
Mm-hmm.
I go on the radio most often. When I'm on the radio or when I'm in the public, I speak to the issues. It tells you I have nothing personal. If somebody from the other side calls, or if somebody from the other side is in studio, you will see the level of response or insult that they will give to some of us, calling us names, criminals, and what. I'm including their higher officials that are on the other side. They call us names, they call criminal, they call all kind of names, or they will insult us, probably because they lack the capacity to discuss some of these issues. I have nothing personal against Senator Karnga. I have nothing. Senator Dillon is my personal friend. You should know that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I campaigned for this man 2
You call him
times.
the light.
Of course.
You call him the light.
Of course.
Is due payment any semblance of light?
No. Sometimes people default on these things and they need to be reminded. I think that will I'll be happy if they don't comply or make some efforts to comply, to pay the what due. People making this thing other an issue. We get 10 or 11 more days to go to the special national convention that we have called. My thing is, people, in fact, what prepared the executive committee to take the decision was that when these people were notified, we have been notifying people since, but about 2-3 weeks ago, when these people they were notified, most of them downplayed the notice. In fact, someone has said to the faces of the treasurer that we will not pay. And so when you say that kind of thing, you are demonstrating an act of irresponsibility. And we cannot condone irresponsibility and want to take over this country. So we thought that, look, we need to work consistent with the Constitution and allow our colleagues to know. If we wanted to our vision, we are waited 2-3 days to the convention and we release this.
Mm-hmm.
We are releasing this now so that our colleagues can comply. Look, the law is clear. Once you comply, it is automatic. You gain your status as an official of the party. Stop running around. Stop going on social media. Stop calling on names. Those things don't move me. Those things don't help. What help in this situation is for you to attend to the treasury and say, look, we know we are obligated. We know we're supposed to pay due, but things are difficult. We start paying this. All of us did it until we got clear with our dues. I have paid up to December. Look, Tima.
And Musa has paid up to December.
I don't have Musa record from the
you have
treasury.
your own record, so you can
of course,
to that.
But I have a record that those who are not suspended are clear up to December.
So let's look at your party.
And then somebody said, those who are with Musa are those, or those who went Ganta are those who.
That is where I'm going. Look at the party.
That's
strong. That's strong.
No, but Tim, I wanted to get this important information.
I saw Bromsky yesterday in short trousers. man dream.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what a dream is. And I don't dream that way. I saw Bromsky in short trousers. When you see an honorable man like a king wearing short trousers, he's pays off. That is party. The party of law. That you were known to be the party of law has been factionalized, and that makes Bromsky to wear short trousers in his grave.
So it could be that my former boss, the vision bearer of our party, the first tenor bearer, the founding father of our party, were wearing short trousers because he is now ready to transition the party into the new dynamics of our body politics. To do that, you're not going to be in coat suit. You gotta be ready for the insult. You gotta be ready for all the backlashes. You gotta be ready for the names calling. So it could be that my boss man wore short trousers because he knows that he's ready to transition his party. So Timas, that could be the interpretation of your dream. But I was trying to make this point. People say only those that support Chairman Bility was not paying down on this due issue. No, Honorable Baron Brown is a close associate of Senator Kanga. Honorable Baron Brown pay his due. For that reason, he was not serving a suspension letter. I mean, this is no wish hunt.
How factional is the party? Give me party A, party B, in terms of structure, in terms of numbers.
Look, Timas, the majority of us in the party who support decision making through a collective mechanism, we are more than those who think that we should worship one person. And because of that one person's status either in society or in government, or because the person is that person, so anything the person says we should just follow.
How do people share the headquarters? Some independent Liberty Party on one side and Liberty Party.
Well, I know party headquarters.
What's about the one in Old Road?
Well, I don't know about it. Even the political leader denies that there is no political party headquarters in the Oro. So I can speak to that. I can speak to the fact Secretary General that there's one Liberty Party with one headquarters on 19th Street. Down the
break. Will Delon, Zago, Nyomblee be allowed to attend the extraordinary convention in Ganta if they stay the way they are?
Yeah, but listen, remember now, the convention have categories of people that attend it. There are some people that go there to observe. They have observer status. There are some people who are dedicates. Those who are dedicates will be those in good standing. Tima is clear as the law.
So if you're a delinquent, you can never be an observer. You can be a delinquent.
No, you can be.
So nobody can go there sit in the deliberation without saying a word.
Political leader. The suspension is now a death sentence, Timax.
No, I'm not saying if she does not meet up to.
Yes, she cannot be a delegate. Because a delegate.
She can be an observer. Can she be an observer?
Of course, she can attend the convention. She's an honorable person of the party.
And be a spectator, though.
Not necessarily a suspected.
What part will she play? She's staying delinquent.
She's a political leader.
Yeah, but the political leader is mentioned on the list of people that are delinquent. But she be a spectator.
She would be an Timas. Delegates are those who are in good standing. That's the law, Timas. And the political leader can change her status today and be a delegate if she complies with the law to pay.
Thank you very much. Let's take our break. And when we come back, call us on those numbers on 077777107. Our special studio guest is the Secretary General of the Liberty Party, Martin Kulah. We talked about the suspension, wave of massive suspension of big sharks in the party. And they put in the category that they don't want to pay their money. They want your big shark. They don't want to pay their money. They're going to convention in Ganta. Put your money where your mouth is. Let's take our break and be right back.
Hey, Christmas Naka. Hey, Christmas Naka. Hey, Christmas Naka.
What think I said about the LSO?
La orange again, oh. Les pour ma pomme ici, comme voilà, les ici. Et que fêter un job Christmas, man.
I want that one on point. I hope my Christmas gift to ya.
Never know what good thing to expect of Orange. Get a different surprise each day for only $1. Dial *555# to find your surprise of the day. Gifts include international calls, data, and voice bundles. No network does it quite like Orange.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
We are getting a supermarket. Yeah, we are all the things in my basket. Yeah, people will think something wrong with me.
Already, I think you since my son will be winning the car, sleep on out the window. I wish you be my boss. He unreach him.
Yana you say oh. Na une really to go your year. Then you feel the body everything. You're alright, yeah. Then I want to that draw. In my family, even to buy happy. We get you our money.
Zaga Christmas is back, bigger and better than ever before. Lots of cash prizes, electronic appliances, kekes, cars, and a whole house. Download and conduct a transaction with Orange Money app to win up to 10,625,000 Liberian dollars. 7 winners weekly. Dial *144# to transact and stand a chance to win. Send money, cash out, pay bills, buy goods and services, receive funds from abroad, B2W, or buy bundles. The more you transact, the higher your chances. On your marks, get set, ready, go! Self-activation only.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
Hey y'all, what's up back homie LIB man?
T-Brash, that you? Hey, good to hear from you, man. I'm surprised because most of you keep quiet when you go to America.
Come on man, I told you I'll make the difference girl. By the way, I need to send you some cash but heard that the banks are closed today in LIB.
You sleeping? That bro come to another level. You can see the script on my phone.
Receive money from your family and friends in the US directly into your Orange Money wallet. Yes, you heard me right. Tell your loved ones to download the BNB or Small World money transfer apps or visit their websites to begin transferring. Visit www.orange.com.lr for more information. Free for sender until 30th November.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
After being in more than 20 years, Uptown Garage has all it takes to make your car work best for you. Uptown Garage has brought in all sizes of new quality tires. We also have the efficient and long-lasting Uptown batteries. Uptown Garage has also brought in a state-of-the-art 2022 upgraded diagnostic machine that can easily detect any problem with your car. Don't worry, we can fix it for you. Is your car having any electrical problem? Well, Uptown Garage has a professional electrician from Ghana who is up to the task of programming and solving all of your car electrical problems. Uptown Garage is at the intersection of Broad and Nelson Streets with the Uptown Spare Parts Store on Broad Street side. We have our garage and new showroom at Rehab at the junction of President Weah's residence. For original spark plugs from Japan, oil filters, engine oil, and everything you need to get your car working perfectly, come to Uptown Garage. We give 1 month warranty. We also provide a tow truck free of charge if we are the ones to work on your car. But we can also tow your car anywhere for a fee. Contact Uptown Garage head office on 077-553317 or 0886-553317 or our rehab branch on 0770-902865. Uptown Garage, your 100% Liberian owned, is here to put a smile on your face.
And guess who's doing it? It's Capital Bypass, your one-stop place to buy items and enjoy delicious African and Western dishes every day. Established on the concept of growing what we eat, Boma Farms works with other Liberian farmers and vendors and sells their well-packaged Liberian produce like vegetables, cassava, sweet potatoes, dry fish, Liberian honey, spices, and many more. All 100% hygienic from farm to table. And there's a special discount for students and employees with IDs from Stella Maris University, University of Liberia, Health Ministry, Orange Liberia, AMEU, AME Zion University, LMP and Police Barracks, and Techno House Homeline. What are you waiting for? Come to Boma Farms Store, Bar, and Restaurant to purchase your Liberian food items and enjoy delicious African and dishes Monday to Saturday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Breakfast is also served. Try our well-processed smoothies, palm wine, and king juice. You will love it. Put in your order and we'll deliver on your request. Call 0770-504-9401, 0555-565-432, or visit Boma Farms Bar and Restaurant, located opposite Orange Liberia Head Office on Capitol Bypass, Monrovia. Boma Farms Store Bar and Restaurant. Feel proud to be a Liberian.
Thank you very much. You're back on 5050 on Sky 107. The numbers to call 0777 You be live on 5050 on Sky 107.
Timax, let me quickly ask Mr. Kulah, a question, right? I listened to your political leader, Madam Nyomblee Karnga-Lawrence.
Correct.
She said she has given a lot. She gives a lot to the party. Sometimes she
Correct.
deposits like $5,000, $2,000 in the party's account and things. So she didn't expect you people to take the decision the way you did it. But with all these things said, should that amount to someone ignoring the payment of dues in your party?
No. Okay, so dues are legal obligation. Because if you say so, then Charlie Bronski should not pay due. I mean, the Bronski family are giving
She's funding the party?
Of course, Charlie Bronski is current with a due. Charlie Bronski is
beyond the due, she's funding the party and other things. That's what you're saying.
I'm saying Charlie Bronski is current with the due. I mean, she also made contribution, but she's current with a due. Dues are legal obligations. Now, it means that Musa Bility should not pay due. These are people who have given so much to the party. But so my thing is, if the political leader gave something and she said this is due, is recorded as due, then she has complied with the law. The law have nothing in it to say that I made contribution. I don't want to doubt whether she made that contribution.
What if she says, the last time I deposited $5,000 in the party's account for the upkeep of the party, you people should withdraw this amount and direct it to my dues? Is that going to suffice?
Of course. This thing, once you...
But do you have record that she's really...
Exactly. So she needs to come up with the record. Listen, I said, I can produce record. If I pay my due or if I pay a certain amount of money, I should have the right record. The record before the executive committee sent by the treasurer to the executive committee does not reflect that the political leader or those suspended pay any due.
Thank you very much. Let's go to the line now. I think that clarification is right. Let's go to the line. Talk to our first caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Kimia.
Nabati Max and the studio girls of Ladinde. I'm concerned here in a CPP. Why is it that bickering is always in a CPP when they want to unseat the leader administration, that they are saying they are not doing much? What I'm trying to say here is that you know that you have all these kind of delinquencies. Why did you call for a meeting to convene on all members to put it right in their faces? Say, look, we need money to run Liberty Party. When last have you heard that meeting? I'm not saying phone call to Nyomblee and the others that have been suspended. I think prejudices are lingering in this political party. And you want to see President Weah. I think you guys have to do better. I want you people to call another meeting because you have emptied the party. When are you going to have a meeting in Banga? We have emptied the party. I think prejudice that is engulfed in this whole thing. Then you cannot leave Liberia. You must have a way to do a win-win situation. If someone does not agree with you, call them in a meeting and say we need money in Liberty Party. One last did that. But if there's suspend somebody, and you guys must get on
Kimia. They're not robots. They are human beings. We have differences, but they will settle that up. Thank you very much. Call me on that number on 0777 He'll be live from 5050 on Sky. Let's go back to line 4. Talk to our next caller. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Timash.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name, please?
Thank you very much. My name is Kevin Moria from this morning for this weekend, most of the country. I listened to Dr. Kulah. He talked about the conflict in the Liberty Party, the suspension of those members between the political party and the leader. I think as a leader, what we are experiencing that the ascendancy of Musa Bility and that of Martin Kulah, they are banned bringing the Liberty Party, and they are not applying skill to address those issues, to bring the party to where it's at. About for him, the first one has to do with I want you to confirm to that bring to as well Musa Bility confessed to the committee when it went that there was some alteration in the Liberty Party constitution. That's one. Cool. You said that you sent 3 separate communications to the political leader and that of the rest of our people that was suspended. What was the first? Can you indicate the date and the time that the first communication was sent to those people, and then the last one as to inform them about their obligation about the.
Thank you very much. Call me on that number on. You'll be live from 50 on Sky 107. Let's go back to our next caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm Richard Harley Jr. calling from Italy, Rome.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes. I want to ask my brother in studio.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know the memorandum of understanding from Formita Hotel, because I read the memorandum of understanding from Formita Hotel. I saw Musa Bility signature attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
Was it his signature or is a fake signature? And my next problem is the whole problem within the Liberty Party is not based on the political leader not paying due. The problem here is to target the political leader and to take her out, because Martin Sekola and Jlateh is working for CDC to make sure that the CPP doesn't work. That is a mission. So he shouldn't be talking like, oh, data. And ANC thinks that they are working for them. They are not working for them. They are working directly for the CDC. And my next problem here is Mountain is killing his political dream. I can rightly tell him that he needs to stop what he's doing and follow what a political leader did before for the Liberty Party. The Liberty Party issue are never on social media every day, but Mountain and Bility, since they got into the leadership of the Liberty Party has not received or have a good standing in the public. Every day is Liberty Party. When people are fighting hard to cool down things, the next day, Bility and Martin Sekola have put off another prayer release. It's a bad thing for the late council of Bronskin. I hope they can go and sit on the table and see how best the party can move forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Call me on that number on 0777. Good morning. Go ahead, please.
Yes. Good morning, Mr. Jlateh.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name, please?
And good morning to Kulah.
Yeah, good morning.
You know, I'm Emmett Tapper. I'm calling from Brother Resident. You know, it's very saddening to see young people who are supposed to take state power in time to come to be quickly ballot driven by ability. And again, those who Ambassador Baga comes to this convention. Like, I love the question that was just asked. Do Nyomblee Karnga has right to participate in the convention as political leader? And he knows the answer to the question correctly, knowing the fact that we are asking their plan. And let me say this to conclude. If any attempt to tamper with the Liberty Party, you guys will never go upon it. Posterity will judge people, and you know, you shouldn't play on the mind of the Liberian that never forgive us. No, we will judge people based on the good workings of today.
How do you judge them?
We will judge them based on the intent tomorrow.
How do you judge them?
Honorable Jlateh, nobody will go back to the beaches of it. That will never happen in our country, but we'll judge them through ballot boxes.
Oh, true Balaba. Thank God. That path is correct. I thought you said you're going to poke around their food or you're going to kill them. Thank you very much. Call me on that number on 0777 107. You'll be live on 50 on Sky 107. Our special studio guest, Martin Kulah, is the Secretary General of the Liberty Party. It's engulfed, unfortunately, with serious crisis. It's becoming toxic and becoming chaotic. I don't know what would be the way forward. I hope the Ganta convention will come up with something strong that will stabilize and bring peace and unity to the Liberty Party in particular, and will be a catalyst for the rebirth of the new CPP. Let's go back to the line. Talk to our next caller. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Sima.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name and where you calling me from?
My name is Uncle Kanu, speaking from Fiamma to this specific way here.
But you will Uncle is can't because before you can't tell me Uncle Kanu. I know any Uncle Kanu.
Yeah, but when you come to Wednesday, you will know.
Okay, I've been with I want to wish it last night. I want to wish it last night. Then nobody told me, but go ahead anyway.
But you don't ask for me.
But why I'm going to ask for you, Uncle Kanu?
Go ahead. Let me do my list so my video will finish.
Go ahead.
Okay, brother, thank you very much to our brother to the studio. Thank you for what you are saying. But I have some problem. I'm not a Liberty Party member, but it's our concern that whenever the parties are doing well, we will not in the party, we can see where to go. And compliment say, when you sit before you stretch your legs, you can't be up and stretch your legs. Meaning that you knew very well that there is problem between you and Kanga. And the problem every day on the radio. You see it's prudent to put her down that because she not pays you and you don't call for executive meeting, it was wrong. And show that indeed you are fighting towards anything, but it's not hiding. So that's why I called to tell him that it was not good. Liberty Party is a good party. During the time of Dillon, myself here, I voted for him. I'm not a party, I'm not a partisan. Because the law came about with Dillon. And you're trying to, as a leader, you're trying to study, not good.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Our time is our time for this segment is out. So we'll go to Martin to comment on those concerns that people raised.
Yeah, thank you, Timas. And again, I can understand the sentiment that is breeding from all angles. Look, again, people are blowing this thing out of proportion. I think as a responsible institution and an institution that is a government in waiting, we must begin to demonstrate to the people and distinguish ourselves so that the people believe us. You see, Tima, it's not just about taking state power. This is why some people, they are in power today. We have a deplorable health system. Corruption is rampant. Our educational system is messy. You know, there are mysterious deaths around here. Our securities situation in the country is in jeopardy. You know, a lot of things are happening because people were not prepared to take state power. When you come in to govern the country, you are coming to govern the country with laws, and there must be certain degree of adherence to the law. You practice that when you begin to implement your own law as an institution. And I am on the side of the implementation of the law. Being a respecter of the law is no crime.
The Bromsky doctrine.
Of course, I can understand all the sentiment, especially around those people who want to support Ambassador Boyka and think that we are supporting another side. I can understand all of the emotions, the sentiment, but let them think for a moment and say that I am part of an institution. I'm the Secretary General of the institution. That institution is about to take major decisions, and one person is going about just taking that decision and leaving the rest of us out, and we should just follow. That is not an institution. It is an individual. We need to build institution. You know, I mean, somebody said, oh, posterity will judge us. I believe that posterity will judge some of us right. Look, if it was just because of the good name, I mean, somebody said that we are working for the CDC. Are you kidding me? Let me give you two instances. Number one, I was blacklisted. I'm a former government official. I worked as the Deputy Director General at the National Archive. I was blacklisted by the CDC. When they took over that CDC blacklist, my name was on the list. Up to today, I cannot get job. I'm in bed with this government. I campaigned for Senator Dillon 2 times as campaign manager. I'm in bed with the government. It's better to in bed with this government. At the time, President, we are in his talk. We're waiting to lose 14 county and win Massachusetts County at all costs. They wanted to win. They wanted Senator Dillon. At that time, Senator Dillon was the most feared of all of their opposition. The president said clearly that I'm willing to lose the 14 county, but Senator Dillon cannot be senator. At the time, Chairman Bility, who they claim that is in bed with the government, was standing right at Dillon and supporting him. My people, isn't because you want to support somebody, so it means that whenever somebody take an action that is objective, you will not even listen or even analyze. And I see people calling it. I can understand all of their sentiment. No, this is not an issue. This is not a death sentence. Everybody who was suspended can participate in a convention just by making some effort to pay their dues.
Thank you very much.
Every responsible institution will have responsible people who will pay their dues.
Let's take our last break, and when we come, we go straight to Studio A to Princess to give us comments from our social media users.
Hey, Christmas Naka. Hey, Christmas Naka. Hey, Christmas Naka. Christmas
What think I said about the LSO?
La orange again, oh. They put my pommy sick of what I season. They gave it down till Christmas, man.
I want that one on point. I hope Mama Christmas get to ya.
Never know what good thing to expect of Orange. Get a different surprise each day for only $1. Dial *555# to find your surprise of the day. Gifts include international calls, data, and voice bundles. No network does it quite like Orange.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
We are getting a supermarket. Yeah, we are all the things in my basket. Yeah, people will see something wrong with me.
Already, I think it will grab my neck for me because I'm very good. Since my son will give winning the car, they don't have to win the horse. I wish people would be my horse in orange M.
Yana Iseo. Now, when they're ready to go, yeah, they are feeling the body everything. You're all right, yeah. And I want to want family in that draw. In my family, give me to buy happy. We get you our money.
Zaga Christmas is back, bigger and better than ever before. Lots of cash prizes, electronic appliances, kekes, cars, and a whole house. Download and conduct a transaction with Orange Money app to win up to $10,625,000 Liberian dollars. 7 winners weekly. Dial *144# to transact and stand a chance to win. Send money, cash out, pay bills, buy goods and services, receive funds from abroad, B2W, or buy bundles. The more you transact, the higher your chances. On your marks, get set, ready, go! Self-activation only.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
After being in the business for more than 20 years, Uptown Garage has all it takes to make your car work best for you. Uptown Garage has brought in all sizes of new quality tires. We also have the efficient and long-lasting Uptown batteries. Uptown Garage has also brought in a state-of-the-art 2022 upgraded diagnostic machine that can easily detect any problem with your car. Don't worry, we can fix it for you. Is your car having any electrical problem? Well, Uptown Garage has a professional electrician from Ghana who is up to the task of programming and solving all of your car electrical problems. Uptown Garage is at the intersection of Broad and Nelson Streets with the Uptown Spare Parts Store on Broad Street side. We have our garage and new showroom at Rehab at the junction of President Weah's residence. For original spark plugs from Japan, oil filters, engine oil, and everything you need to get your car working perfectly, come to Uptown Garage. We give 1 month warranty. We also provide a tow truck free of charge if we are the ones to work on your car. But we can also tow your car anywhere for a fee. Contact Uptown Garage Head Office on 077-553317 or 0886-553317 or our rehab branch on 0770-902865. Uptown Garage, your 100% Liberian owned, is here to put a smile on your face.
And guess who's doing it? It's Boma Farm Store Bar and Restaurant, located opposite Orange Liberia head office on Capitol Bypass. Your one-stop place to buy well-packaged Liberian food items and enjoy delicious African and Western dishes every day. Established on the concept of growing what we eat, Boma Farms works with other Liberian farmers and vendors and sells their well-packaged Liberian produce like vegetables, cassava, sweet potatoes, dry fish, Liberian honey, spices, and many more. All 100% hygienic from farm to table. And there's a special discount for students and employees with IDs from Stella Maris University, University of Liberia, Health Ministry, Orange Liberia, AMEU, AME Zion University, LMP and Police Barracks, and Techno House Homeline. What are you waiting for? Come to Boma Farm Store, Bar, and Restaurant to purchase your Liberian food items and enjoy delicious African and Western dishes Monday to Saturday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Breakfast is also served. Try our well-processed, locally made smoothies, palm wine, and cane juice. You will love it. Put in your order and we'll deliver on your request. Call 0770-504-9401, 0555-565-432, or visit Boma Farms Bar and Restaurant, located opposite Orange Liberia head office on Capitol Bypass, Monrovia. Boma Farms Store Bar and Restaurant. Feel proud to be a Liberian.
Thank you very much, Bicon 5050 on Sky 107. It's time that we turn straight to Studio A to Princess to give us comment from our social media users. Let me interject here intelligently that the comments you are about to hear are not coming from Sky Communication, but rather comments from our social media users. Having said that, it's over to you, Princess, in Studio A, to give us the comments.
All right, so let me begin with Victoria Blamo-Cooper, who writes, Musa Bility is working. If you can't pay your dues, how do you expect a party to function? Clarence Benson writes, the experience learned from Liberty Party tells us, like as Liberians, we should be careful how we eat people money. William Gbagba writes, Musa Bility is a disgrace to the party. Ruth Robert Spengba writes, this is what we call donor fatigue. Stress is overwhelming for Musa. If this is true, how do we continue to be a part of organization and can't pay dues? This tendency of being liability on people doing everything for us really needs to change. The one who feeds you, control you, just saying, and you never bite the hands that once fed you. Remember people who were once upon a time in your corner. Joseph Nimlin writes, hi, T-Max, I think Chairman Paul acted in line with both the 2015 and the 2021 Constitution of the Liberty Party. As it relates to whether the wrangling can be resolved, I think in my mind it's possible. Zerman Hadi writes, your network is very bad this morning, T-Max. Hope you get to work it out. Ruth Robert Spengler writes, I feel for the founder's children and his wife to see the party going through this. Joshua Smallman Gay writes, Martin Kulah, what you guys are doing to our party, Liberty Party, God will pay you guys because of US 5 million. David Booker writes, the chairman of the Liberty Party and Secretary General are breaking down the Liberty Party so that the CPP doesn't hold. David Booker continues, why can't the LP have an in-house discussion? Someone is playing a political nasty game. Tamu Kwamini writes, Musa Bility and Martin are working for the regime to destroy anything called a united opposition that will potentially defeat. Well, did not complete. Ziawan Dennis writes, look, this party does not belong to you and Musa. Please step aside, problems maker and pay agents. James Konya writes, a Liberty Party is doomed unless these misguided political gangsters bury their ego and restore their party. Sad times. Ellison Ross writes, good morning to the 50-50 family. Chairman Bility is the most fishy leader that I've ever seen. Prior to his election, Liberty Party was very peaceful under Chairman Zago. No wonder why the public was very outraged with his election. He is just like an old trouser for Liberty Party. You patch this hole, the other one opens. Do you feel happy as a leader for noise to be all in the party? Ruth Roberts Kpengba writes, Martin has been very intelligent, and please keep it up, brother. You can't be like anybody. Tinkerville Radiance writes, this marks the end of Senator Lawrence's ascendancy to future leadership. Too many discrepancies, lack of leadership, weakness in resolving issues. Ego is set above everything else. I thought she was bigger than this. Benedict Fayamba writes, Bility wants to destroy LP and join CDC. Clarence Benson writes, Martin and others have killed the Liberty Party because of the love for money. History will judge them all. Joshua Smallman Gay writes, you will not be moved because you and Bility on mission. We are aware. Just wait. Lazarus Dukley writes, T-Max, this guy is a joker. Miss Ability medicine using him. He will come to his senses at last. We know the reasons why he resigned from ADD office. He has already buried his political future. Benedict S. Tama writes, please, can Martin Kulah quote a portion of the party's constitution that says one should suspend or should be suspended for not paying dues? And now let me just take this final one from Martin Wema Brown. Good morning, T Max. It is quite unfortunate Musa Bility has manipulated Martin Kulah and few others officials are destroying the Liberty Party that Councillor Brunskin labored for. How can you be in such a serious crisis of this magnitude and start demanding for due payments? I think if Musa Bility is yielding for peace, he should have been finding amicable solution to the crisis that breaking Councillor Bromskin Liberty Party apart. And that's all for now, T-Max.
Thank you very much. We're back on 50-50 on Sky 107. Our time is up, and the Secretary General, I heard about $5 million in some of the comments.
That's interesting.
Comments I heard over there.
That's interesting.
The other one has to do with Musa menacing.
That's interesting.
Where's the $5 million?
Look, Tima, that's interesting. I just say, just before we went for the break, look, you know, those who are claiming that we are working for the government and those who are propagandizing and informing their followers that we are working for the government are those who wish and pray that they could work for the government. Some of us will not do it. I just told you that I was blacklisted by this government. I have nothing to do with this government. You know, I work seriously hard to prove to this government that Liberia belongs to all of us by electing Senator Dillon 2 times. We all work together collectively, T-Mac, to prove to President we are in his gang. This government has mismanaged this country. The health system of our country is deplorable. The education system is messy. There are mysterious, there's rampant corruption. There are a lot of things happening. They pronounce free tuition at public university. You see what is happening. People are demonstrating. Nurses, healthcare systems are demonstrating for, workers are demonstrating for their paycheck. People are water and sewer, housing authority. All of these institutions are broken down by this government. I have nothing, absolutely nothing to do with this government. I also said, if Musa Bility was in bed with this government, he wouldn't have stayed with Senator Delon at the time that this government needed Monserrato County so badly to prove a point, to prove that they were still in control, to prove that Monserrato stay their stronghold. Today it is the same Musa, or because he had used the law to suspend you, the executive committee have used the law, so he's now working for the government. But when he's standing with you, then he's not working with the government. You know, it's a shame. And those who are doing this should be ashamed of themselves. Those who go on radio to even call him criminal should be ashamed of themselves, because these are beneficiaries. These are people who are benefit from his benevolence. So when you have benefited in such a way, you know, look, Musa have never bought me a car. The car that I'm riding is because I'm the Secretary General of the other party. At Musa, he has never given me anything personal.
Who did he buy a car for?
The folks in the water party who are talking to Today, someone then took Musa car away. Someone then Musa bought car for them personally. Someone then Musa gave them money. No, the information are out there. No, listen, I'm not here to be. But let me say this: Liberty Party, with me, a party that respects the law. I want to say this in
What's
my
the portion
closing.
of the Constitution? Somebody asked.
Article 9 of Liberty Party Constitution. And you know what? That particular provision, like I said, it was inherited from the 2005, 2015. And it was just transition to this 2021 Constitution. Is that something that we made? But let me close with this caution to Unity Party and to the standard bearer. I believe in the wisdom of Ambassador Pueka. I'm craving his wisdom as Secretary General of the Liberty Party, that what happened during the transition process, when we're transitioning to the Unity Party to take over the leadership of the CPP, the way they deal with an individual rather than the institution, we are hoping that the Unity Party and Ambassador Pueka will subscribe to our communication and make sure that he work along with us, so we work together. I believe that Ambassador Pueka have that wisdom to do so.
Our time is up, unfortunately. We'll call you back again, maybe after your Gantar convention. On that note, we come to the end of this edition of 50/50. My name is Tima. Thanks for being there. Tomorrow morning again, we'll have another discussion. Bye-bye for now.